Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T28, the Tier 8 American tank destroyer, and it's located on the south spawn of Malinovka under the command of the Bassman from Hell. Yes, he's riding in, and he's in the T28 again. You've seen all his previous games in the T28. He really does enjoy playing this tank destroyer, and it's a bit of a beast because it really can hammer the enemy with that absolutely massive gun. Well, game started, and what's he going to do? Well, looks like he's going to sit here for the moment. Now, he's got that 120mm gun, capable of 400 alpha, and as you know, the armour on the front of this thing is absolutely monstrous. Well, in fact, it's very difficult to penetrate from the front. In fact, all you can do really is go for the lower plate if you can hit that. The best thing to do with a T28 is actually try and get the sides or the rear, because that's where they're most vulnerable. But if you try to take them on from the front, most of your rounds are just going to bounce, and then you're going to have a very bad day when he fires that 120mm at you and your game is over. Well, Bassman's taking him off over to the east side of the map. Looks like he's going up the hill. Now, it's very slow. It's got a lot of armour to push around, that is a fact. That's one of the reasons why it's so slow. But this tank destroyer was actually one that was an intermediate stage in the US Army building a tank destroyer that could actually take on really big, heavy German tanks. So in fact, by the time that the T28 came out, they were actually needing it to engage Russian tanks, or Soviet tanks I should say, the IS-3. It's an intermediate stage because what they were actually heading towards was the T95, which is now the Tier 9 tank destroyer. Well, it looks like Bassman's going to take it up the hill and attack the tanks up there. And he's got a number of heavies ahead of him, so I presume that they're going to engage the enemy first. But with a bit of luck, he'll get there eventually, and then he'll take on the remnants. But I don't think those remnants are going to be too happy about seeing that 120mm gun when he turns up, because it's curtains for them if he does meet them. Well, first enemies arrived on top of the hill. He's just having a quick check to see what's going on behind. Always a good idea to keep a three-dimensional view of what's going on the battlefield. That's why, as an Arty player, we use big mini-maps, because we like to see what the tactical situation is. And usually it's so we can take advantage of it, not just so we can actually engage a tank that happens to be a threat, but so that we can actually exploit a tactical weakness of the enemy. Well, almost there. And first target's the Centurion, who's just showing the sign of his turret. And that's enough for 379 hit points to disappear with the first shot. And that's a low roll. Okay, we've got 3 tanks to take on here at once. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Well, unfortunately, we did take a hit for 350 there. But that's not going to deter Bassman. Oh, no, that one bounced, but we bounced around from the Centurion too. And you can see it's going to be a pretty unequal exchange, because he fires one at us for 230, we fire one at him for 400 hit points. So if we get a shot into him, he's going to lose out. And we can keep exchanging like this, especially if we keep bouncing his rounds. Well, he doesn't like that. Here comes the T32, and he's lost 422. That's a high roll. Now, which one's going to poke first? Okay, we've got the DK. He went for the cupola, and it looks like he got it, and we bounced around for 630 hit points from his gun. Here comes the T30. Oh, it's the Centurion, and he's now one shot. So we can take him out. He realised he's YOLOing. Too late, and he's dead. It's a big mistake to YOLO like that. Big mistake. It's not like you can do except pull back and hope that you can get a final round in. Go for the cola. And he did it again. Accurate shooting. This gun is nothing if not accurate. Especially if you've got a good crew. And Bassman does have a good crew. Fortunately, he couldn't get the gun to bear on the cupola in time there. But now that VK is in a whole world of trouble because we've got the side of him. And these rounds are going to be expensive for him. Oh, well, he only tracked him there. But now every round will go straight through that cupola and he's dead meat. You see the holes in that cupola already from Bassman. Now, oh, no, that would have bounced off because it was at the wrong angle. What he needs to do is get face to face. Yep, that's it. In fact, the T44 got the kill, I think. Oh, we lost one of our own tanks to drowning. Oh dear. It's actually the C-54 Mod 1 who got the kill, I think, on the VK. Or was it? Well, oh, enemy. Okay, can we get shots? Yes. Nice! Low roll, but it all counts. Go for the low plate. Oh, just before our shots fired. So that's expensive. Well, not so expensive, but we've queued a APCR for the next round. Got an IS-6 ahead. You can get shots. Yes. Oh! Now that one didn't go through. In fact, I'm not even sure that they hit the target. Or that one. So this is weird. Now he's firing the APCR, so he doesn't want to fire too many of these. It might be a good idea to switch to HE. But he's going back to AP. I think if he's got the IS-6 by the rear... Oh, there's the Scorpion. Okay, now I can take that on. Yes! That was a high roll. Unfortunately, he's not going to reload. Oh, he is going to get another one. Into the engine bay, but he didn't get the kill. There he is. There's another Scorpion. Fire blind. I'm pretty sure he is behind that rock. He won't move from that rock. He might try and hide around the other side. That was a good shot there, even though it didn't hit the target. There's the WT-132, but where is the IS-6? Okay, somebody saw us. Yes, it is the IS-6. There he is. Well, he's giving us his side now, which is very silly. Remember, this has got spaced armor on this thing. And we've got another enemy close to us. It's the Scorpion. Or is he? No, he's actually much further away. Sorry. I'm looking at him incorrectly. He's actually way to the south. It's just this IS-6. And the other tanks are behind us. Oh, that was a good one. Average roll though, but we've got the high caliber and he's bouncing around so fast. Go for his rear again. We just tracked him. Try and get his engine bay weaving as we come forward to stop him getting any shot. And a lovely one finishes him off. And that's the last kill of the game. In fact, that was our only kill of the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for the BassmanFromHell in the T28. He also got a shell proof, a fire for effect, a bruise medal, and the epic medals he picked up a high caliber and a Confederate. Well, yeah, he certainly did a lot of work. And in fact, actually, he says T28 is a brawler. Well, it certainly is in this one. And look at that, 5407 Super Unicum Standard. Let's have a look at the team scores. 4,864 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was actually the Scorpion on the enemy team, 3,719. That's the Scorpion G, but I think the Scorpion G without the the camouflage, the new one that's just come out recently. Let's have a look at the kills. Well, the highest number of kills was actually the T44. He got 3 kills. He must have actually got that tank up on top of the hill, the VK, after all. But he got 3. A whole bunch of tanks got 2, including the Scorpion on the enemy team. And unfortunately, Basement only got the 1 kill, but it was an important one, that IS-6, a very deadly enemy. And when it came to base XP, Baseman's right at the top of the table, 1,319 base experience points, which is his ace tanker. Let's have a look at detail. He fired 25 shots of that 120mm gun. He got 19 direct hits and 13 penetrations. Damage of 4,864 hit points, of which 1,213 were at more than 300 meters. He received 7 hits from the enemy. 1 was a penetration. I can't remember who actually did penetrate him in that one. I think it may have been one of the tanks actually he was facing. It might have been the Centurion. And 6 non-penetrations, ones that bounced off the armor. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was one of the tanks on top of the hill. He blocked damage of 1,650 hit points in total. He damaged 7 of the enemy, only killed 1, that's why he got the Confederate, and he also caused damage resistance of 1,042 hit points. On a premium count, he earned 66,480 credits, but, and here's the kicker, after repair and ammunition resupply, he actually made a loss of 539 credits, but he did fire a fair bit of APCR during that game, and technically speaking, he really did need to, because after all, he was up against an IS-6, he was up against a VK, and they are very dangerous opponents with very tough armor. And unless you're going to fire premium rounds, you're going to have a devil of a job trying to take them down. He picked up 2 bonds, one for the high caliber, one for the Confederate, and he also earned 1,978 XP times 4 for the first victory of the day, 7,914 experience points altogether. So a very nice little round there for the T28, and of course he was basically the only guy who actually went down the hill properly to try and find the enemy and kill them off. And in fact, actually, I think the others left him to go after that IS-6 because they didn't really fancy going up against that tank on their own. After all, IS-6s do have a bit of a reputation as being a bit like Defenders and very dangerous to take down. And of course, they've got a nasty 122mm gun, so you don't really want to face off against that. So it was a brave job, but of course the T28 does have the armor. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.